Yo, 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 how's everyone doing? Welcome to the 29th episode of the Dimes Only podcast. I'm your co-host, George, and right here to my left, I have my other co-host.
Ricardo Buddy Sandoval. George Hernandez, we're back for another episode. After I don't know what you would call last weekend.
Yeah, so you guys know we had a trip last weekend, Rosarito. Completely horrible trip. Too many hours.
If there was a definition of an L, this past weekend would be in that for sure. It was just a complete disaster, George.
You know how we say we want to build memories and all that? Well, I want to leave that one. Well, most of the
Yeah,
trip, most of the trip,
it.
there were some good parts, but most of the trip out the door, out of my brain, out of my, I don't know.
Yeah, most definitely. Overall, if I had to grade it, I would grade it at maybe looking back at it, maybe like a C minus.
I give it a D plus, man.
D plus.
Probably just a D, straight D.
Damn. Yeah, it was bad. All right, it was bad. All right. So we're going to get into it. So we leave Friday in the morning. We say we're going to meet up at 6:30. One of our other friends, I don't know where he read 7.
Yeah, there's always that late guy.
Shows up at 7. So we're already kind of late because we wanted to get in a good breakfast beforehand, and we didn't. So we were already kind of running late.
Just got a McDonald's
muffin
instead of a sitting
Yeah, so anyways,
breakfast.
by the time we hit TJ, it's already closer to 11 o'clock, and we're crossing the border to get into Mexico, and my car gets pulled over to the side by the border patrols. And so I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, I'm panicking a little bit because I didn't expect for us to get pulled over. I don't know how you were feeling at the time.
Well, I didn't feel bad because we didn't have nothing bad on us. So I knew as long as we don't lie and we would just tell him whatever he wants to know, I'm pretty sure it'll go down smoothly. Because honestly, we did not have anything bad.
Yeah.
I mean, other than alcohol, but I mean, we're 21. I mean, you could
18,
pass that.
18 there.
Well, I guess 18 there, but yeah, we could pass that as long as it's not, I think, bringing it back more than 2 bottles per person or something like that.
Yes, yeah, something like that. But yeah, so we got pulled over to the side. The guy asked me, "What are we doing here?" I told him where we're going, and then he checked all of your guys' IDs, right?
Yeah, he checked all of ours. He made me open my backpack and all that.
Yeah.
¿Qué traes ahí adentro?
Yeah. I think I don't know how they would detect this, but I think it was because my trunk in the back was closed because I have it closed off. It could have been that, and then he checked the cigars that we were taking too, and then he made sure we didn't have anything in it there. So I think, and then you were saying this to begin with, is that was the sign of a bad weekend already. Like a bad sign of things to come.
Yeah, that's
much.
never happened to us. This first time.
Right, yeah.
This
That's
first
right,
time you get pulled over, maybe because you got the new taco, not the Green Goblin, Green Hornet.
Damn, man, speaking of the Green Hornet, it is no more. It is no longer with us. If you know, you know, which only maybe like 3 other people know about that. But yeah, anyways, so we crossed that. The house we got is super nice. That was probably like one of the highlights, I would say.
The house was beautiful. It had about more than 4. It had like 6 rooms.
Yeah.
One was in like, I thought it was an attic, but it was like a room.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the house was nice. Living room was cool. Backyard was cool as well. And we had a little, like, kind of like Fast
and the Furious little family dinner, cooking up some carne and some tacos, quesadillas, carbs, our homie. he cooked up a nice, really good guacamole.
Oh, yeah.
It was fire. Shout out to
the
Carbs.
Was fire, for sure. And then we had your brother and
DeVito
on the grill too. So shout out to them. But yeah, we ate, cracked some jokes, got in a little buzz, and we started having like a little push-up contest, little pull-up contest.
That was so random. I took a nap for a little bit. I think while they were doing all that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so we had that, and then so we get to the venue Friday, and long story short, George, what happens
Okay,
at the venue?
so we're in a big crowd. Obviously, so many people. Just keep in mind, I wasn't even like drunk or anything, not like bad or anything. Like I was conscious of everything. I sent these guys a text, whatever, and put it in my pocket. For some reason, I wanted to check my phone like later in the day, later in the night. So I go put my hand in my pocket. My phone's gone. And I was like thinking like I put it in my pocket, right? I know I did. And I just came to the conclusion that someone pickpocketed my phone without me knowing. And, I've always wondered, I've always told people, like, how do you get pickpocketed? Like, can't you feel? Well, obviously, now I know you can't feel when you
think legit that's what happened to you, though?
I
that
think
you got
so.
pickpocketed?
Or maybe I just put it in my pocket, but it was, like, sticking out a little bit.
And
And
maybe
maybe
someone
someone.
like moving or anything like that.
Yeah. And at the time I was sad. I was like, damn. And I was thinking about it, but I'm like, I'm not going to let it ruin my night. Like,
Yeah.
the phone's going to be replaceable. I mean, the only thing that wasn't was my contacts, my photos. I didn't back it up. But, hey, you live and you learn. And
That's
then
true.
I learned to not dwell on it. It happened. Just keep it rolling.
I know.
And I mean, the rest of the night, I mean, it was pretty cool. But
It was.
yeah, losing my phone, I was down bad that night.
I know, yeah.
And this was night one, barely.
I just remember you coming up to me and you're like, dude, I lost my phone. I'm like, bro, how? And then you just told me what you just said right now, and I was like, oh.
And then
God,
to
that's
top
so
it off,
horrible.
I think everyone leave. So I'm in the venue looking for people, and thank God, the only ones still there were Vlad and David. And I went to Vlad and David like, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't even think anyone knew I lost my phone, or else they would have been close to me, no?
Yeah.
So I was basically by
Or
myself.
at least you would assume that would be the case.
Yeah. So I was basically by myself for a while until I met up with Vlad and David, and I'm like, bro, guess what? I just lost my phone. And I was so like stressing over it. I was like, dude, like what if they, I don't know. I locked it, so that made me feel better.
You know why I'm laughing right now? Because of David and his sling.
I don't think they know about David.
Well, yeah, they do, because I posted it on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think I
that's right.
posted on our account. I think I did. But for those of you who don't follow our account and you follow me, wait, no, actually, I only put that. Oh well, if you know, you know. But yeah, oh my God, I'm just thinking about that right now.
So funny.
That was so funny, bro. Cause I knew that nothing.
Nothing stops my boy.
Yeah, nothing stops my boy. But anyways, we go to the next morning, and we end up finding out that we lost out on $500.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened because I was already asleep. All I know is that some other guys that we were with.
No details,
wake up,
but we lost 500.
We wake up and I'm like, yeah, bro, we lost out on $500. I'm like, what the hell happened? I'm just like, oh my God, this is already like we lose a phone one night and then we lose $500 in that night.
Well, think about it.
Oh
We're
my
down
goodness.
1,500 because the phone's at least a K, right?
Collectively, right?
Collectively, it's a K. So I lost
Yeah.
a K right there. I mean, how much was it's an iPhone 11? Probably 8 now. Went down.
Yeah.
But when it came out, when I
Yeah.
got it, it was at least 1,000.
That's true. Yeah, and then that happened. I was like, what the heck's going on? But we wake up, we had breakfast. But the funniest thing too, what I'm thinking about right now is after the pool party, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit. But after the pool party, we went to go eat mariscos.
Oh, that was a funny one.
We don't even figure out how much money we have. We literally just sit down. We start ordering whatever we wanted, and we all look around collectively like, "Hey, do we even have like enough to afford this?"
And then I was like, bruh, in Mexico, we're supposed to be looking like the ballers, not the ones struggling.
We're all like, "Okay, wait. So I have this, I have this, I have that." I was like shuffling through everything to make sure I could afford at least my meal.
Don't forget that one of the highlights next day, we went to go have breakfast, and we had the best cook session. Well, when did we have
Oh
breakfast?
my God. Yeah,
we
Saturday
had Saturday morning.
Oh my
We had the
God,
best cook session ever. Like roasting. Like you have
Yeah.
to take. Oh my god, that was so
Dude,
funny.
that was so hilarious. Man, dude, I swear I could not stop laughing, bro. I thought that I was gonna stay right there in that seat and just fucking like die of laughter because I couldn't. I couldn't
We were
contain
coming up with
myself.
some funny shit. Like I don't know, it was so hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
couldn't stop laughing.
Man, yeah, that was funny. That was funny. So, anyways, Saturday. Well, I don't know. I don't know how you felt about the pool party.
That's cool. I mean, no hours Saturday. I mean, the biggest hours were Friday night. I think.
Yeah, the only L Saturday was I wake up on Sunday the day we leave and I find out that I don't have my watch. I ended up losing it. So that was like my. Well, I mean, obviously it could have been worse. It could have been my phone, but I'm like, damn, because I always use my watch. I use it to work out, check time and shit like that, But
You didn't get the George treatment. The phone, lost phone.
I know, dude.
So we're down a watch. We're down 500, and we're down a phone
down
at
a
this
phone.
point.
Right. So we wake up. Yeah, nothing really like happens on Saturday. Well, at least nothing worth sharing. And then, so we wake up on Sunday. We're ready to leave. I'm like, you know what? We just had like the worst time ever. Mexico kicked our ass. We got swept in the first round, bro.
We got 4-0.
We did got 4-0 for sure. So we're like, you know what? Let's just get the hell out of here. So I'm finding the border, the ready lane, and I find it. Because remember the last time I had kind of trouble finding it. I end up finding it. But next thing you know, for some reason, they end up closing it as soon as we get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what the hell's going on? The guy's like, you got to go all around and do all this other crap. I'm like, bro, this is the only entrance to cross the border that I know of. Where the hell am I going to go? And we're driving around for maybe like an hour just trying to figure out. Like,
I think it was an hour.
Yeah.
We drove around an hour looking for a border.
Mm-hmm.
We get in the all traffic lane, which is everyone gets on the traffic. And some guy right there in the border, you know how there's people in the border, tries to give us advice. Nah, brother, stay
in Spanish, obviously.
Yeah, in Spanish. Stay here. This one, if you go look for the other one, you're you're driving all the way back, and this one's gonna get you quick.
Yeah, I know. When he said quick, I'm like, bro, if this is not the ready lane, this shit's not gonna be quick, yo. So, anyways, so we're there for about maybe 5 or 10 minutes, just contemplating. Okay, like what should we do? Our friend David ends up telling us, I know of another border that it's a ready lane. You guys want to do? I'm like, yeah, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna waste another 8 hours or so.
Well, more, because this time it was further back from when we started last time.
Nah, it wasn't, bro. Nah, bro. Where we were at that first year you went and we were crossing, we were way further.
Really?
Yes, we were like in downtown.
No way.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah. But still, I mean, we still would have waited a lot more than
at least 6.
Yeah, roughly. Because remember, it's not even the ready lane. So, anyways, David finds one. We're like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna trust you on this. We'll just go. So we end up finding it, but we kind of cut in a way.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking to us like, beep, beep, beep. Like, no, like, get the hell out, get the hell out.
Go to the back.
Like, oh, my God. So we need to find the entrance to it. So we end up finding it. We're in line. And then David's like, no, dude, this is not it. This is not it. Trust me. Let's get out of here right now. I'm like, bro, no, trust me. Like, this is going to be it. This is it. I swear I Googled it. I made sure this was it. This is it. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yes, dude, I'm positive. We end up there for maybe like a little bit under 3 hours. I mean, it is a Sunday. Everyone's trying to cross. So
better than like 8, 6.
And then to top it off, we had nothing in our system. And we've been awake for already 5 hours.
Oh, yeah, no food.
So we get in line and we see the ice cream man.
And we get some fire-ass ice cream. Cookies and cream. He had a strawberry one. So fire.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I've never, ever seen Buddy so frustrated.
Dude, I was frustrated.
Ever in my life. This was the first time he couldn't find the border. He's like, bro, I'm just pissed right now. Honestly, I'm good with whatever. I'm like, bro, don't settle for whatever, bro. We're going to end up. Because we almost settled for that.
Yeah, we just settled
for the odd traffic. Like, we're already here. Let's just settle. And if we would have listened to that guy saying it was going to be quick, we would have been there. By the time we got home, we would have still been probably in SD.
Yeah, for sure. At least, yeah, or at least barely crossing, for sure. But I don't know, man. Like that, that was yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna still keep it at a C minus. The reason,
I got D
I
plus.
the reason it is not a lower score because of the jokes, the quality time that we had together, including the family dinner, and then the pool party was pretty cool. So those were the highlights of the weekend for
Oh yeah,
sure.
we got free drinks at the pool party. It was open bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
So, but that's it, man. That's it. That was the end of the road, right there. Swept.
that was never going back after that weekend.
Yeah.
Never going
Well,
back.
yeah.
To
Well,
Rosarito.
at least like definitely not like that for sure. Definitely not. But it is what it is, and
Yeah.
it's like
Damn.
that.
We
We did not expect it to go that way, though.
shit was horrible.
I mean, like low key, honestly, I mean, it could have been worse. I mean, if you really think about the trouble that we could have got into,
Let me just tell you this.
just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah. Let me just tell you this. My 2023 has been kind of down bad.
Kind of,
I've been taking L's.
for sure.
Okay.
For
You want
sure.
to move on, buddy?
Yeah. So while we were there, having the time of our life or whatever, the Final Four was on, George, and we witnessed a great buzzer beater by SDSU, San Diego State University, beating Florida Atlantic to head to the championship game. And you know what? I don't know if you've seen the video, but he almost stepped out.
I seen it. Actually, I seen
Okay.
it on the baseline.
Yeah.
Baseline. Yeah.
Yeah, on the baseline. He almost stepped out. He was maybe like this
On some KD
close.
shit or what?
Low key on some KD shit, but he did it to perfection. He ended up hitting the game winner. They went to the championship game. UConn did their thing against Miami, went to the championship game. UConn, San Diego State. San Diego State made a little bit of a run there, George, but it was not enough.
The whole game was so boring to me. Let me tell you, UConn, there's a stretch where San Diego State didn't make a bucket. They didn't have like a field goal.
Okay.
And UConn was hitting threes like crazy.
They were.
They hit one. There's this one where he threw it behind his back, like he just dumped.
Oh
past
yeah,
it.
I seen that one in the
Three, bro.
highlights. Yeah.
There's another one he came around. It was contested. It looked like a and one. It looked like it should have been a foul. He shot bucket. Bro, UConn was hitting everything. That's when they kind of took the little lead a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is boring. Like San Diego State cannot score a bucket, and they're just hitting free throws. I think at one point. Honestly, I mean that's what we expected. I feel like UConn had a team. They executed every game. Every game they had was always a blowout. Like never a close game.
Yeah.
I don't think they had a close game, right?
I think their closest game was their game in the first round. That's pretty much it. But other than that, they dominated every other team that they faced.
That big guy, Sagu or something like
Yeah.
that. Bro.
And also their guard too, Jordan Hawkins. He's a
Hooper.
sniper.
Yeah.
He's a sniper for sure. But
Yeah, it was a snooze fest for me.
I wanted San Diego State to win just
me too.
because we're locally, but I knew that UConn was gonna win. I mean, they were the best team in the tournament all along. Just like you said, they were dominating every other team, and they were kind of the sleeper pick. Looking at them, you're like, they're a 4 seed. It was crazy. How
was it? Their road wasn't as tough as other teams though, right? Because they had who they have first.
I guess you could say their toughest game on paper was probably
Miami?
Gonzaga.
Oh, Gonzaga on paper, yeah. But But you even said Gonzaga didn't have such a nice team.
No, not really. I mean, at least compared to years past. But yeah, they faced Iona, and then they faced the St. Mary's, who they blew out. And then they faced Gonzaga, who they blew out.
Then they faced Miami.
Miami. And then in the championship game, they faced SDSU. SDSU did get it down to as low as 5, to their credit. But I think the moment they got it down to 5, I think they came back and UConn came back and shot a 3, and that was it. That was like, their momentum just gone from there.
UConn was just dominant, man.
Yeah.
And their coaching is good. I mean, like I said, I didn't expect anything less from UConn.
Mhm.
I knew UConn was gonna win. I wanted SDSU to win. Have a someone who hasn't won it win it, little Cinderella, because they were the Cinderella story
Yeah,
essentially.
They were most definitely.
But they couldn't get it done. I feel bad for the guys, but I mean you can't just roll through.
Yeah, man, definitely though. Shout out to San Diego State. I know the energy in San Diego was vibing. I seen it all over Twitter, all over IG, all over social media.
Oh, even
I
in
know they were really feeling their Aztecs there, man.
I saw the snap that in Mexico they had the game on over
They
there.
did, they
And
did.
then there's people. I saw some with the Kawhi Leonard San Diego
Yeah,
State jersey. Actually,
yeah, that was hard. That was a hard jersey. But yeah, man, now UConn is now tied with Duke. 5 national championships. They're not considered a blue blood like the Kentuckys, the Kansas, the Dukes, the yeah. I mean,
But I think
that was
now
it.
you could because they won.
No, yeah, most definitely. I was
'Cause-
just about to say that. You definitely got to put them in that
Because
conversation.
how many
now.
championships have they won so far? I
UCLA,
think
I'm sorry, UCLA too. Is
they have
considered blue
4.
blood.
They have 4 that we know. Wait, they won with Shabazz Napier. I think
They have 5 titles since they have all their titles since 1999.
that's right. Who else?
Think
won
about that. That's
it? Did Drummond
I mean,
win one? No,
No, he didn't.
it was Shabazz Napier, Kemba Walker.
Yeah, Kemba
Kemba
Walker.
Walker.
Emeka Okafor when they had a championship team with Emeka
Emeka
Okafor, and
Okafor.
they had another one with Richard Hamilton.
Rip Hamilton,
Rip Hamilton. So
and they have this.
and then now with I guess Jordan Hawkins, you could say so.
Because
You definitely got to put them in
you
that
consider
conversation. now
Kentucky
as
a blue blood,
Of course,
but they've only won so far that we've seen was Anthony David.
that was their latest
Their
championship.
latest.
Yes. Yeah, and then UConn since then has won two
Yeah.
other championships, and they have a great
So that's what I'm
they
saying.
have a great they have a great history of players going to the NBA and being successful. Like I just said, Richard Hamilton, Ray Allen, Andre Drummond, Napier. I mean,
He didn't.
Napier was pretty solid, and Kemba did his thing in the league as well. And then this crop of players, I'm pretty
Jeremy
excited
Lamb.
what they're gonna do.
Jeremy Lamb was.
Jeremy Lamb was on that team with Kemba as well. That's right. Yeah, that's right, man. So definitely UConn deserves their respect in terms of nationally, in terms of being a blue blood, because I mean 5 titles in a span of 24 years, that's quite impressive. I think no one, if you think about it, no one has that many titles in that span. So, I mean, why not put them there? At least historically speaking, right? So, yeah. So, man, that was a good one too. Shout out to UConn for that one, for sure.
Move. You done?
Yep.
We done with this one. All right. So also staying on the topic of the NCAA tournament, we got to give a shout out to the women's side of the NCAA tournament because it was one of the most viewed national championship in women's history with 9.9 million views. I was keeping up with it because I know LSU is nice. I knew South Carolina was nice. There you had, I mean, UConn lost pretty early.
But
Miami,
they're known to be. They're known to be. I mean, like they're another blue blood for the women's too. So
Miami did their thing. Iowa, Caitlin Clark, bro, she can hoop. But what were your thoughts on the?
yeah, I think
women's?
at least the Final Four, or maybe even as a collective, the women's Final Four was a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
In the guy side, you had UConn just busting everyone's ass, but you had South Carolina in the Final Four for I think maybe like the 5th straight year or whatever. They've been dominant for so long too. Iowa upsets them in the Final Four to earn their spot in the championship game. South Carolina was undefeated the entire year. I thought, again, they were too. They were steamrolling everyone until they met Caitlin Clark and Iowa just upsets them, goes to the championship game, and you had LSU and Angel Reese do their thing, and the championship game itself, it wasn't as competitive, but it was great storylines, which we're gonna get to in a bit. And Angel Reese and LSU just dominated that championship game. They scored 102 points, which was the most ever in a women's championship game. 102 points, bro, for a college. That's impressive.
Watching, and then the way it shaped up, the trash talk. I know people ain't liking it, but I feel like I love the trash talk in basketball. I mean, in any
Well, we
sport.
got to explain what happened first
Okay.
for the trash talk.
Okay, so it started with Caitlin Clark. Obviously, she was, she's a lot of trash talk in my opinion. She's a hooper. I feel like if you're a hooper, you should be
Oh yeah, definitely.
trash talking
Yeah.
like that. So Caitlin Clark, she's like the most famous right now NCAA player, I would say.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yeah, you can say that. Well, no, she's the second most.
Who's the first?
The woman we're gonna get to in a bit.
Oh my, no, but I feel like Caitlin Clark is the one who's put it on the map because her skill is so crazy. Okay, so if you don't know, she would assist basically on in that national championship game. I think she assisted on or scored on every point in the fourth quarter. That's crazy. And I don't know how many triple doubles she had, but she was a triple double machine. So first it started with who did they beat when she did the
I think that's when they beat.
Texas? No.
No, well, the first time I seen it is when they beat South Carolina to advance to the championship game.
That's
when the first time I seen it.
okay. So South Carolina was a girl had it at the 3-point line, and she wasn't even guarding her. She was basically like kept her distance. And
like two. You're supposed to have one arm. She would have like that two distant arm thing.
She basically wasn't guarding her. She waved her off, and then people obviously that's a trash talk. But there's a game I don't remember where she hit a three and she goes on someone and she goes like that, like a taunt. Mm-hmm. And then there's another game where there's
the low John Cena.
Yeah, and then there's another game where she was like, "You're down by 15, shut up."
Oh, okay, okay.
She told I think that was.
So this was like a common thing throughout the tournament
that she
about
was,
her
she was
hooping, but also
talking
some trash.
So she was talking her trash, and then it comes to the national championship. You want to bring up this?
Yeah. So, like I said, LSU won comfortably in the national championship, defeating Iowa 102-85. Wasn't close, especially in the second half. And Angel Reese, she is an athlete. She's a basketball player for LSU. She was, I guess, next to Caitlin Clark, the basketball player from Iowa, and she mocked Clark doing this not to her face really, but kind of close by. Yeah. She had like the peripheral vision, I guess. So she did that, and she was pretty much talking her trash as a national champion, and that got a lot of backlash because, well, I mean, if we're being real, George, it has a lot to do with gender and race.
Yeah, and
another
thing, sorry, but she was doing another thing where she was pointing.
Oh yeah,
finger in the ring.
But that wasn't directed towards her. That was just saying because she's a champion now.
Yeah.
Give me my ring. But in terms of the gender and the race thing, Angel Reese, she is a black woman. Caitlin Clark is a white woman, and you have this thing with. I mean, I don't want to get too deep in it, but I just want to say you have this thing where women athletes, you expect them, women in general, you expect them to act a certain way. And because these women are athletes and it's part of the sport, you're gonna talk trash, right? And you don't really expect that to happen. Mm-hmm. So I guess people kind of got, I don't know, they were shocked by the trash talk that was going on. But you're saying that Caitlin Clark has been doing this the entire tournament, and I didn't hear nothing about it bothering anyone, it doing anything to anyone. But the minute Angel Reese does it, it's this whole fiasco, this whole thing, this big deal. And I'm looking around and I'm like, what's the difference? Bro. We all know what the difference is. Yeah. Because, I just explained it. But this is why it's a story. We should be talking about more how Caitlin Clark is a phenomenal athlete and how LSU is now the women's national championship. But instead now, people, even us, are talking about the gender race card thing. So that's pretty much why it's a big deal now. And because women are supposed to act in a certain way. And
I feel like in social media blows it up more than it should be. So, like, just people.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, so people in general. So, I was watching. Obviously, they were posting the trash talking on Instagram. And, like,
it was everywhere.
ESPN, Sports Center, you see it. I go down in the comments. People are like, oh, Wow, Caitlin Clark does it is she did it too, and then no one said anything. And when Angel Reese does it, it's classless. Or if you dish it out, you should be able to take it type.
Yeah.
But there was never a point in time when Caitlin Clark ever said or it ever said that that was wrong. She said it herself. She took it pretty well, like the trash talk.
Yeah.
Like Caitlin Clark was never like people said if you should dish it out, you should be able to take it. And there's a video where they're interviewing her, and she said, "I'm gonna let it go through." The, all right, so they said if you could dish it out, you should be able to take it. But there's this press conference where Caitlin Clark is saying that she gives credit to LSU. She gives credit. They were coached well. They won the game. Let them have their moment. So that, to me, that's her taking it pretty well. So it never bothered her. So I don't know why people and fans were saying that it was classless from Angel Reese to do it because if it
Well, we know why.
Yeah, people
We know
were-
why.
We know why they're saying it. But if Caitlin Clark does it, I don't see why Angel
Yeah.
Reese cannot do it. It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Exactly.
And Caitlin Clark did not seem bothered by it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, she even appeared on a show on ESPN. I think the next day on Monday, or Tuesday, and she said it's all part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of the sport. People are gonna talk their shit. You know, you like you said, you gotta be if you're gonna dish, you gotta be able to take it as well. And you know, it is what it is. That's the nature of sports. I don't know why people are so surprised that these women are talking trash to each other. They're in a competitive field. George, you know this. When you're in between those lines, anything goes. Well, not really anything, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, you got to do what you got to do to get the edge, not only on the actual game, but on the game up here. You got to be able to take advantage of that, and that's just the way things are. You see that during pickup games. You see that at the highest level of competition, NBA Finals, Super Bowl, World Cup. It don't matter. You got to get some type of edge on your opponent, and sometimes it means talking shit.
I used to talk so much shit on the court.
You know, this is nothing new. It's because they are women, and why one's getting more backlash than the other, we know why too. So it's making more of a big deal than what it is.
It is, yeah.
But we're just here to tell you guys why it's like
we're
that.
here to tell you guys that I think it's fine for them to talk trash because I mean, like Buddy said, it's part of the game. It makes it fun. It gives us something to talk about. Like, oh, did you see that? You know, obviously not talk about it in a bad way. Like,
but
like how people are making it.
Like, you know, she's like talking her
blowing out of proportion.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it gets people talking and it makes the sport more viewable.
Definitely.
You see that?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And when you have two great players like that, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, you see what that can bring. Look, 9.9 million views. You see what that brings. You see the fans coming in slowly. It's not there yet, but I feel like it's gonna be bringing in more people as the year goes, and especially next year because now you have this. Let me tell you, when you build this up, now you have a Caitlin Clark coming back to try to win it this time.
Right.
Little revenge game.
Revenge
Now you
tour.
have Angel Reese coming back.
defending her
Her title.
Yeah.
So now now you have that girl from UConn who just tore her ACL. I don't know her name.
Paige.
Paige.
Yeah.
She's coming back, and now you set up this new thing where it's like, okay, now Caitlin Clark revenge tour. Now Angel Reese has to back it up. Now she has to try to get another back-to-back, and now you throw in this next team, which is UConn with their star player coming back, and now it makes you want to see more.
And then you still have South Carolina, who's going to be
South
great as well.
who's going to be good too. So I think you just bringing more people in. So that brings more people in because now it's like I said, if they face again, now you know what happened this year. Is it going to happen again next year?
You're
So
gonna-
it's
you're
it's
like, I wanna
slowly,
watch that.
slow
This is-
gravitation.
Yeah, George, you are 100% spot on. I agree with you 1,000%. Not only is it great for women's college basketball, it could be great for the WNBA. We all know there's struggles of the WNBA. Not many teams, not many fans. If these two, this could be like a Magic and Larry Bird situation. I mean, I could be getting ahead of myself, but if these two ladies make it to the next level, and they're on opposite teams, and we see them face off each other. I mean, I know it's not any real beef like how it was with Magic and Larry, but the storyline is there.
Yeah.
already. This could help out the
Also,
women's game. I mean,
yeah,
who knows, right?
yeah. I think, yeah, if you, like, you're right. If they go to that, and me personally, watching the NCAA, the both, if you're telling me that women's side was more entertaining, just because they played the game right. Like, obviously, you don't have guys who are gonna be isoing and stuff. I mean, the men's do too, but in the men's, you kind of knew who was gonna win. No, actually, not really. But with the girls,
I mean, I get you. Yeah,
the,
at least like
the
going
girls,
to the Final Four.
you don't know who's gonna win because we're not used to that way of
Yeah.
watching basketball. So I mean, it was something new to me, and I enjoyed it. I watched. I think I told my brother, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the LSU game."
Yeah.
I told him a couple of times. LSU plays so and so I'm gonna watch it. Even in the regular season when LSU plays South Carolina, I actually watched some of that game, and it was cool, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, George. But the thing, real quick, you touched on it a little bit, but when you're comparing this year's women's tournament to the men's tournament, we named their 2 star players of the tournament, Kaylin Clark and Angel Reese. You know their names. On the men's side, I know you really like the underdog thing, but the viewers didn't.
Oh yeah,
This year, the tournament, at least the Final Four,
I saw that.
did not do good. And that is because the underdog kept on winning and winning and winning. We like the underdogs in the beginning, but as things get to the nitty gritty of it, as the teams are, as the best of the best are getting through these rounds, we want to see the blue bloods. We want to see the UCLAs. We want to see the Dukes, the Kentuckys, the Kansas, the Villanovas, all these other teams. That's what helps it. The North Carolinas. We want to see that. And I think that's what also hurt this men's tournament because North Carolina didn't get in. Obviously, that's their fault. But you want to see these. You want to see what's familiar.
Yeah.
Even though, Florida Atlantic had a great run. Miami's a top school, but they're not known for basketball.
Yeah.
That's fun, but not when it gets down to the Final Four.
I know. I saw people were bugging about it, and I'm like, if you think about it, they're there for a reason. Like they they deserve their spot there. So I don't think there's nothing bad with that. And also, the people who don't watch it is because they don't like basketball. I'm gonna just put it simple as that. I feel like you'll watch any basketball game, because even if they're not the top dogs, they give up good games. Because that San Diego State FAU game, I'm pretty sure that came down to the last second. You saw a buzzer beater.
Yeah, that's true.
As Miami coming back against, who did they beat before getting to them?
Oh, they beat Houston. No, well, to come back, Texas.
Texas. They came back, beat Texas. That was a good game. Miami came back. That dude Wong, he's a hooper. But I feel also as you watching these underdogs teams and you seen them climb up the ladder, you start getting to know, okay, who's the hooper on their team. So then they start becoming more exciting. You get what I'm saying? Like that dude Wong. He was like not known, and then he started climbing up when they did that run, and they got there. Or that guard from SDSU, the little one, number 2, I think his number was.
Exactly. So right now you're proving my point, because it's in college especially, it's more about the brand and the actual player. So that was a problem in this year's tournament. Like the upsets in the first weekend, phenomenal. Bust my bracket, whatever. Like it's cool. I love seeing that. But as we're getting to the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, I want to see the schools that I know.
Yeah.
And yeah, like and you said too, you made a great point. The games were great, but people are not. We're tuning in because we love basketball. The casual fan's not tuning into that. Oh, Florida Atlantic. I mean, yeah, it's in Florida, but like where in Florida? I know nobody in Florida Atlantic. I know nobody on Miami besides Wong. I mean, I know who Wong is. No one else knows who's in Miami. No one else knows who's in San Diego State. Trust me, people, at least even the casual fan, they know about Duke. Heck, they even hate Duke. You want to see the names. You want to see those schools.
Look, let me tell you something different now. I'm bringing the NBA a little bit on this. This is where guys like Curry kill the game. Guys like, I don't know who else, KD, like, the NBA kind of kills it because they're used much used to the NBA where they want to see, okay, dude shooting three, cooking up, isoing and stuff, but they don't see the real basketball where ball movement, great
Yeah.
defense, the help
The
defense,
hustle, yeah.
the hustle.
The 50-50
Okay,
balls.
you
Yep.
came on the help. That's where I'm at. That's good basketball, but people want to see someone, a prospect, who just hoop and ball out, drop 40 a night. I mean, damn, even Timmy did that against that game. Sorry, Bladder, but that game against UCLA, bro, that game against UCLA, Timmy was cooking. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's where it kind of kills people. The casual fans, like I said, the casual fans who just watch the NBA, that's what the NBA kills. Real basketball, where it's the help defense, like you said, the hustle and that. So I think that's entertaining from my perspective because it makes the game fun. You know, it makes the game because you guys want to win. They play the game right, not just chugging up threes, not just let me win. I want this guy. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think the actual game is a problem. Like I said, I think it's
the name.
It's the name of the schools
Yeah.
that advance. And this year it was kind of the Blue Bloods weren't really as great as me and you are used to.
But you got to give these teams their flowers for.
No, I do. But
I know.
I'm saying the viewers
don't. Yeah, because I saw a lot
could give a shit about
I saw the comments about people saying, this is a mid Final Four or whatever. I mean, I guess so.
It
but
is.
They're there for a reason.
The talent is there, but it's the name. It's the name. You want it. Like last year, bro, it was Duke and North Carolina. In terms of college basketball, that does not get any better. That is the biggest rivalry in college basketball. I remember when we came on this podcast, I said, this is the first time they're ever going to meet in the tournament. This is going to be the biggest game ever. It lived up to the hype. And the views were they skyrocketed. They skyrocketed. So that's my only thing is that people, no matter how much they say, I want parity, at the end of the day, you do not want parity. You want to see the teams you hate be in the finals.
Yeah.
You want to see LeBron, right?
Yeah.
No matter, it's like, LeBron this, nah. He's on, what do you do?
LeBron,
you're gonna watch him.
Curry.
KD, yep. Like, no matter, KD,
Giannis.
he's unloyal, blah, 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 blah.
Giannis,
you're right there watching him.
Even I like watching Shea.
Well, Shea's not on that
level.
level.
He's not on that level, but he's getting there.
Yes.
He's averaging 30, I think.
George, real quick, before we end things, Drake dropped a new song about, from when we're recording this, an hour and 15 minutes ago. Thoughts, takes, real quick.
It's a good song. I like it. I enjoyed it. A little vibe to it.
Yeah.
I need someone to take me out the club, because we always joke around that.
Yeah, second listen, I kind of grew on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that who you think it is?
On the cover? Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's Kim because she's on the song, man.
George thinks on the cover, if you guys have not listened to it,
I think it is.
Search and Rescue. That's Kim K. I don't think it's Kim K on the cover, but it's definitely her.
The voice is confirmed because they, like I said, I'll show you later on the complex. He had put the snippet a while ago, and then people were just giving them shit for having Kim K on the song.
Yeah.
Which I don't think, and then people just blow shit out of proportion. Like I said, social media people are getting hurt so much.
Real quick, George, is this just a single, or should we expect something from Drizzy?
I think it's a single for now.
When did he drop his last album?
I thought the last.
He dropped Her Loss, right?
Yeah.
That was like his last album, but that wasn't. Well, I mean that's still his album, so we'll count it as that.
Well, it was mostly Drake than 21.
Yeah.
21 has not dropped an album by himself in wow, I think.
I know. Even before that, it was a Metro Boomin one, huh?
Yeah. The Without Warning, I think.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. All right, George. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something when I lost my phone and I was getting a new one. I was seeing the text and the text came in. I didn't have. Keep in mind, I didn't have contact. It said, "Did you survive Rosarito?" And I did not know who it was. And then the guy reset my phone after that.
Yeah.
Just to try to get my shit back, but obviously everything was gone. And
so you never found out who it was?
Oh, I did find out who it was. It was one of my coworkers.
All right.
But another thing we didn't mention is we had We had people hyping us up over our jerseys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Oak Hill
Well,
and then the
yeah. If you guys follow us, I posted. I was wearing my Jim Brown one. You were
Jim
wearing
Brown,
your
my
Carmelo.
Carmelo one.
I think you had a pretty saucy caption.
Nah,
For
but
it. I know you're not gonna post it, but I don't know
not
if you want to share
anymore.
it. No.
What I say?
Something about rings.
0 rings, but because I came out with no phone or something like that. I
Something
think
about the phone and the rings.
yeah, because I already had lost my phone, so I was
Yeah.
like 0 rings because I came out with no phone. So I could like 0 rings on my
Right.
finger, but 0 rings is like no one's calling because
Right.
I have no phone. I mean, that's the best I could come up with. But
Mellow, he's associated with having no rings.
yeah,
You have no phone.
and there's a joke where when LeBron had no rings, people would be like, "Oh, I called LeBron," but
It went straight to voicemail.
It didn't ring or something. I don't know. People were dumb.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else, buddy?
Just thank you guys for tuning in into this week's episode. I haven't said this in a long time, but you already know. Subscribe, YouTube, Spotify. You know the drill.
Yeah, thank you for watching. And one thing, have a great Easter and responsible Easter. It's coming up Sunday. Drink responsibly.
Damn, on Easter, bro?
Huh?
It's the Lord's Day.
I know people still drink. Spend it well with your family. I hope the kids find a lot of money in the eggs.
Good stuff.
All right. That's all. Peace out.
All right. Peace.